مشاتو دتر الفو 11 مشاريلي السيريا تيفي بوفروسو وزبنانو كولي هاوي السيريا تيفي وقولو حيرو وقولو شريو دعامو سريويو ونيشد السيريا تيفي دملحق الطيبة والشوشوطي وزبنثي لحازو يدي سنيقويو يو أديوما لعضرو نفخن وهادو مثبت مقوايو قولتخن مقوايو السيريا تيفي
You're all welcome. We will be speaking in English since I think this is a language that is common for everyone. Not all of us speak Surite, and not all speak Swedish. Welcome you to Stockholm University. This is a book release. You see here the books, the Swedish version of the textbook Shlomo Surite. I would like to welcome Mark Polikarpos, Dr. Eugene Aydin, Patriarchal Vicar at the Syrian-Orthodoxe Church in the Netherlands. Ahla sahla Sayyid. And Professor Dr. Shabo Talay, Professor of Semitic Languages at the Freie University in Berlin. He's the scientific coordinator of the project. Soner Bartuma. I know you as Soner Under.
Yeah, I changed my surname
to Bartuma.
Yeah.
Who is the project coordinator. I'd like also to welcome Dr. Brula Barnohrousi, who is a member of the Stockholm team. And I would like to welcome you. This is a long-time project. We started on a personal basis. I was cooperating with my colleagues. It has already a first phase which was finished. The second phase, Stockholm University is also a partner in the project. So it's natural that we have it at the university. But this is also a very interesting project in terms of mother tongue teaching, language attrition, and maintaining languages. So we're very happy. We're very happy to have you. I would like now to give the word to Professor Shab.
Thank you very much. We are at the University of Stockholm. I don't know whether you are so official usually at the University of Stockholm. I am formerly professor of Bergen University, so we are direct colleagues, and where you have only your forename. So I am Shabo, as you are, Eli, as a colleague of Arabic studies here in Stockholm. So thank you very much to giving us the opportunity to come to the Stockholm University to present to present the project to the academic audience, but to present one of the results of this European project called aramaic-online project. As Eli mentioned, this is the result of the first stage or first step of this international project, which I am happy to somehow recite, coordinate scientifically, and to take the responsibility for it. But in addition to have it as a project, it is something we are, as I personally, so much involved, much more than all other projects I have and I had. So this is somehow something which you do as a person who speaks this language, who is looking to this language since, let's say, 2 decades at least, how it is going down the importance of the language, and there is a big danger on this language to be extinct, let's say, in the next generation. So this is my mother tongue, who was my mother tongue, but I'm not sure whether it is the mother tongue of my children, or even if it is the mother tongue, I don't know whether it is the native tongue, native language of my children and their children. So this is a very difficult situation for all those who speak this language, and especially it's difficult for those who deal with this language scientifically. Yes, all of you know a lot about the language. That's why I'm not talking so much about the language and the area where it is coming from. I just mentioned the names of the organizations involved in the project. This is my Freie Universität Berlin, then University of Bergen, where I was before I went to Bergen, to Berlin, pardon, and then University of Cambridge, Leipzig University in Germany, and Morafrim, the Syriac-Orthodoxe monastery, represented by Seydna, His Eminence Mor Polycarpus, who is among us. Thank you very much for being here, Seydna. Now, why such a project? Before we come to the result, our aim was just to use the modern technical possibilities the internet offers us to do something for our language. The aim was, of course, not to do just something, but to go at least one step forward to establish our language as a language. So nowadays in Sweden, or since 30, 40 years, you have mother tongue education, but nobody discussed finally what does it mean to have a mother tongue education, and what do you educate? What do you teach as a mother tongue? Some of your children learn Arabic, maybe others Kurdish or Turkish, and some, of course, also Syriac. But what is a mother tongue? This has never been discussed, although the Swedish government tried to intervene, to explain to the people what is mother tongue, and they invested a lot of money and work to establish new way of learning and of teaching such a language, but it has been refused by our community in Sweden. So the whole efforts went for nothing. So the result was really very, very small, the positive result. So that's why we had to try again. It is not Sweden now, it is within a European project. So we wanted to create online material to learn this language, but before having an online material to learn, you have to know how to handle the language, which should be learned. So we had to decide what is important. One of them, or the most important, was to start with a way of standardizing the language, not only the language, but especially the writing, the way of writing. The language can standardize itself with the time, but the writing should be standardized at the beginning. So we had a lot of 4 meetings maybe in Norway, in Bergen, in Cambridge, in Berlin, in Sweden, to find a way of this, what we in German call cacophony, this a chaotic situation of writing a language. Everybody in our community who is able to write, he writes the language according his own ways of thinking or writing, or according his own level of education. And each person who is writing thinks he is writing the correct way. And this is a big problem for us, because there are no 2 writers who write the same way. So the readers are not able to move from one text to the other, because each one of them is different. So not to know how to read, it's very complicated. And this is not the way you can teach a language. Children have to follow a clear way, clear steps to continue the way of learning and to continue their studies. So you can't just move from one way of writing to the other before learning the language. And our aim is, first of all, the language. It's not the writing alone, but the language, because the language is endangered of extinction, not the writing. So the language is the first step we think of, but nevertheless we had to standardize or to develop a common orthography, common way of writing, and this new way of writing should be based on both on Roman or Latin characters and Syriac characters as well. Because as all of us who are involved know that our language let's say our writing system, the classical Syriac writing system, is somehow has a sacred position among us. It is really sacred. I remember as a child learning in the school, we would not use our hands to read the Bible. We had to take something in our hands, a piece of paper, not to touch with our maybe dirty fingers. Because it's a sacred alphabet, sacred text, like the Bible, like the Jews dealing with the Torah, or the Muslims dealing with Quran Arabic. So this is the approach to our writing. This is very important for us, and it is our identity is based on this writing. That's why we can't just say we will not use it. But we wanted to have it, this writing, to have it in the hands of our children, of those who want to learn the language. Not even whoever is interested in this language, not only our community. It's open to everybody. So this was really very important. That's why we organized several workshops and discussion forums to find the best way how to write. The online course, we did it very fast at the beginning. Maybe the first year we finished a lot of it, but the technical environments is not such easy. So you can write something, but to implement it on the computer, in the internet, this is another issue. Nevertheless, we designed the course in English, German, Swedish, Dutch, and then further developed it also to French, Arabic, and Turkish. So you have an online course in 7 languages, and the online course, the base of online course is finished in all these languages on the internet. This is what I wanted to show you now, our website, surait.com. So this is the website of the online course. It's not very good to see, but you can, you can see here the Aramaic-online. You can start learning German, English, Swedish, French, Dutch, Turkish, and Arabic. In all these languages, you have a full course in the internet with sound, sometimes also video files. So if you open the Swedish version, which is somehow the first version of the book, printed book, which is now here, we opened the package just 1 hour ago. In this room, so I didn't see it before, so what it is here. We are very happy to have it here. You can look at it later. So the first version of this book is already inside of this program, and you can open it. We discussed, it is too small to read, of course. Pardon. Well, here. Yeah. So after introduction and so on, we discussed the most important issue to discuss was the alphabet, to explain to the people how we came to this orthography. So you have to discuss the alphabet, and then why we are using 2 alphabets, et sprach, 2 alphabet. So we had to decide what to do, and then Surait is Syrisk script, and then the Syriac alphabet, and so the Latin alphabet doesn't create any problems. It was just the Syriac alphabet which creates some problems. But then we have to decide what about the phonetic system and phonemic system of Surait. This is our job, of course, as linguists. So it is not, we know them before, we knew them before, but the question was how to explain it to the reader within a book and in the internet. So this was the most important. So then you could start reading this book here in the internet. It's online, free to everybody. Not the book, but the internet is free for everybody. I just wanted to go to one of the lessons, so you can continue here, or we could just immediately go to the next lesson. We have the team here. Let's come to Surgodo or to Muklo, yeah. So this is Mat, lesson 10. You have here. I don't have the technical possibilities, all of them, but you can hear the text. Yeah. So you can hear the text. So you have the same text in Syriac characters, and you have the same text in Latin characters, and you have the text translated into Swedish. You don't have a need for a teacher to be with you to read and to explain. even using the book, you should, even using the book, you should go back to the website to hear the text. If you are not familiar with the sounds, especially the gutturals, but all the others, Semitic sounds, you should go to the original text, to the intonation, and so on. So you should go and see and hear the forms in the internet. Each text, each word has two sound files, feminine and masculine sounds. So you can hear and so you can compare even how women, if you want to do a sociolinguistic study, how they do pronounce women and men. Is there a different way of pronouncing and so on. So this is one thing. The second is by standardizing the language we don't want to forget about all our dialects. We want to introduce those who don't have idea of this language to the language. We don't want to teach them dialects. And we don't want to teach them classical Syriac. So we use the words as they are and try to somehow unify in the grammar some of the forms, which we heard, of course, they exist all of them in one or the other village. Then we take this form as the basis, which is more classical, more closer to the other, which is more, let's say, regular. So if you have a dialect which has difficult irregular forms, we will not use the irregular forms. And if there is a form which is like in Midyat, the present tense, we say kyotau, he is sitting, or kyotu, but all the others say koyotau, we write ko as a presence preformator or presence marker, and it is a fixed form, it is ko. And for the future we set a git form as a fixed form for the future. We say git domach, we don't say gdomach. Yeah? So this is more classical, but it is somehow unified. If you talk later, if you are fluent in the language, you can say whatever you want. Yeah? But you should start learning. If you don't start learning in a strategically the language based on the grammar, which is much clearer, maybe sometimes also etymological, then you will never be able to speak this language correctly or fluent as it is on the street. It's learning, I don't know the situation in Sweden, but if you are in Norway and you learn the official language, which is bokmål, this is not the language spoken in Bergen where I was living. But nevertheless, we learned the bokmål, the official language, and then we learn the language of the everyday life from the people on the street. So that's why we have to somehow a little bit to unify the language, the grammar. The other issue is in the lexicon, we did not look for the best words. Our aim was not to put all Kurdish, Turkish, Arabic, Swedish, English words away and to put or create neologisms, new forms from classical Syriac, from old Aramaic or Assyrian, whatever. No, we used the forms as they are today. The speakers and especially the writers later will be able to introduce new forms, not such a course. You should learn language to speak and to write, not to be an author of novels. This is another step. So this is what we did in this first step. The book consists of 16 lessons. So let's come here. Yes, 16 lessons with grammar information, grammatical information. This is the set I showed you already in 17 languages. We have then a glossary, which contains all the material, all lexical material of the book. And we have also information about all publications about Aramaic, about Surat, and all publications in Surat, in whichever script or writing system they have been written. So it doesn't matter. So we have a list, even online you can see it. So this is, I think, have to come to an end. What we aim to do now is in the second project, here. We have now a new project, continuation of that one. The results of the first one is this book and the 16 lessons, level A1, A2 in the online course, plus the other material you can download from the internet. The new project is Surat Aramaic online project. Here we have a new partners. One of our partners is Stockholm University, represented by my friend and colleague, Professor Eli Vardini. You see the new consortium? No, this is not what I wanted to show you. It seems to take money. So we have now new partners. Pardon. A new partners with Stockholm University, and we have a new partner from Turkey, the Syriani Kültür Derneği of Midyat. Although it is not so easy to get a member in the European project from Turkey, but we managed. And the most difficult partner is Beth Mardutho from New Jersey, or from our friend George Kiraz, who is going to create an app. This was also very difficult to get him through, but nevertheless we managed, and we are very happy that that we have George Kiraz with us. He's creating a new app for this material. You have all of it, so you can later download and work with this app. This is what, it's a little bit late, but it came. So finally, these are the name of the new partners. These new partners should together create now a higher level of this course. And we are working already on this course. So this is just the step 1 and 2 maybe. Step 3 and 4 will come. B2, C1 levels. And then we have a digital corpus, and digital corpus of several hundred essays already written. We have already about 300 to 400 essays written in Surat. We will present them to the readers in Latin characters and Syriac, so everybody can use the way he wants. And then at the end we will have a big glossary and learners app. Already one Swedish friend started creating an app. I don't have it now on the internet, but a glossary app. You can ask all the glosses from this app for free now. This app you can ask in English, Swedish, or whatever language you want. So all the material with the sound files are already included. So no, that's correct. Yeah. All of them are already included. So you can ask, even if you're driving your car, if you want to know what is a donkey, if you see the donkey here in Stockholm, then you can say, what is a donkey? Say, hmarto ahmaro. So you can really, donkey is not included as far as I know, but... Yes, so this is now the result. My aim and our team's aim is that you can transmit the idea to others who are interested in keeping alive this language in Sweden. With this book, which is published in Swedish now, the book is not only Swedish, as you have seen, online course, it's in 7 languages. We already published it in 4 languages, and until now, I think there is no project, such successful project within this frame of Erasmus+. So we did it outside of the project. We finished and published all these books, and we created some other materials for everybody who is interested. And I am very happy that we are doing this. Of course, each of us is doing his best, but we are very happy that we have Seydina with us, so he can transform also the idea to the people inside of the church. We are an academic institution, and we work academically. We are not linked to a political or whatever organization. We do our best, like other books we are writing. So this is not the first book we write or published. There are many others, but this is our job to do as academicians. So we deal with this language as academicians first, and second, of course, as people who are involved in this language, who claim this is their language. So that's why we are doing this work, additional work. So Seydina, His Eminence, will now talk a little bit about the other approach. This is the approach of the church and of the publishing house, maybe publishing house more, because it is published in his publishing house from the Netherlands. So thank you very much for this long time partnership with the monastery and with you. And now the floor is yours, I think. So thank you very much.
Distinguished professors, students, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to greet you in Surat, saying Shlomo. I'm very happy to be here as a Metropolitan of the Syriac Orthodox in the Netherlands, in my capacity on behalf of St. Ephraim Monastery as one of the partner institutes in this Aramaic-online project, and also on behalf of the publishing house Beth Frosod Barabroyo Press in the Netherlands, which is run by Morafre Monastery in the Netherlands. Malfono Shabo has talked about Surite language and the project and the partners which are involved in this project, and also about the language and its importance. I would like to talk also that we are very happy that as a publishing house we are able to publish these books in Surite, not only for the sake of the Surite-speaking community, but also for the academic community and all others who are involved or interested in the language. When we look at the language from the homeland perspective, we see that it was mostly oral tradition. The language was learned by hearing the sounds, the children listening to their parents or to the members of the community or in the church. Only later, especially the Western scholars who were interested in the culture, the language, and the history of the area and the people, began to record the native speakers and then transcribe this language into Latin characters, and then translating what they had recorded into the European language of their academic institutions, German, French, and others. So back home, people learned the language naturally. And the oral tradition in the Middle Eastern continent and Africa is very strong. Whereas here in the diaspora, where the majority of the Surite speakers have immigrated, there is a different story. Here it is mostly written tradition. In order to learn a language, you don't have the opportunity quite often to learn it from your family or elsewhere, but you have to have a book, a textbook, or an online course like the Aramaic-online project to be able to master the language. And this is not only for the language, but also for the faith, culture, and tradition. For example, nowadays we learn our faith, our religion from the textbooks, rather than organically and naturally receiving it from our forefathers and the family and the religious community. So therefore, it was very important for the diaspora Syriac Surite-speaking community to have the language in a book format as well as an online project to be able to learn it and to present it to the native speakers as well as those who are interested in learning it. But I would like to stress out that the language is not only an instrument of communication, but it's more than that. It is also an instrument of faith, culture, heritage, and identity. It is also important to connect to the past in order to find a way forward for the future. Therefore, for us, learning the language, promoting the language, and developing the language, it's not only a tool of communication, it's more than that. And in fact, we see this more and more here in the diaspora, that being raised bilingual or trilingual, it is very good for the students to be able to acquire other languages, cultures, and traditions. And they become more intelligent, in fact, when they are raised bilingual or trilingual as children. So therefore, learning your language, in addition to the language of the home or host country where you live, it is an added value. But also it gives you identity, it connects you to the past and to the people around you, and also for the Surite speakers to connect them to their brothers and sisters who are living in different countries, both in Europe, in the Middle East, North America, and Australia. This way to create a sense of belonging and a strong identity, and also to connect to the past as well as to the present. So therefore, as publisher of Bar Abroyo Press in the Netherlands, we are very happy to be able to publish the Swedish version of the book, of which we are launching the book today, as well as other versions which you have seen here on the table. We have English, German, Dutch, and Swedish. And as Malfono Shabotala has mentioned, there will be other versions printed in the future, Turkish, Arabic, and French. So this way, people would be able to acquire these books to master the Sureit Turoyo language, be it for the purpose of communication, for the purpose of the liturgy, for the purpose of academic research, or telling stories, visiting other people, and you name it, different interests. But I would like to say that, as I mentioned about the oral and written tradition, in the church, in the liturgy, we do use and employ Sureit probably almost for a millennia. It was not written down, but it was employed in the church, in the liturgy. And only recently, because of the diaspora, we have to write it down to make it relevant for the younger and new generations here in the Western diaspora. And nowadays, we have begun, in fact, to publish liturgical books, not only in classical Syriac, but also in the vernacular, what we call Sureit or Turoyo. And this is increasing day by day. I would say up to 70% today, the liturgy in the Syriac-Orthodox Church and other Syriac-speaking churches to a certain extent is in Turoyo, and in the Syriac-Orthodox Church is up to 70% is in Sureit Turoyo. And this is in fact very good because this boosts the language. It makes it not only a daily language, but also the language of the liturgy and the faith. The Bible has been translated into Sureit, and there are many liturgical books, and now there is poetry, and you have historical books. As a matter of fact, recently we had a book launching of the Syriac hero Shaman Hani Haido, and this was also published in Sureit and translated by someone from Sweden, John Beth Savoy, to show that the Sureit language is very dynamic, very active, developing, and really spreading to different spectrums and areas of the church, community, academia, and you name it. So once again, I'm very happy for this opportunity to launch the book today, the Swedish version with you. And I thank all of you, the partner institutions, and also the colleagues who are working tirelessly to make this language available to the people, members of the community and the academic community alike. Thank you.
Thank you. First of all, it's great to see you here. It is my pleasure to add a few lines to all of your speech about the language. Just to add a few things, maybe it's important to underline what we have done. Actually, that's a very an important contribution to the scientific community, to digital humanities, we say it. We have created a method. So we didn't think too much about this, but at the end, it turned out to be a very good, successful method in saving endangered languages. So in about 10 days, we will provide a training workshop for experts and scholars in other Semitic languages to just to teach them what we, or to discuss with them how we have done. So we call this like very basic formula. We combined two things. We created institutional, durable solutions for a language. This is very important, online course. As long as the internet lives, the course will continue to function, the books as well as the books. This is very important, institutionalization of efforts, we call it. And we link these efforts with community efforts, what we call it. So usually in academia, we forget this dimension. We call it the relationship between theory and practice. So it's very important. Whatever you do, it should have an impact on society. And we always try to keep an eye on this aspect. So that's our methodology. Another important point in terms of impact, what we can say, many people, we are not talking about very big, huge numbers because it's not a major language. At the end, it's an endangered language. Many people learning Syriac from scratch by following the course. It's all about having a good motivation. So when you learn, for example, Swedish, when I remember my efforts, if I know that I have to learn this language, if I love the language, I will learn it. So many people, we have received many good outputs of our course. And the third point, what is missing? So maybe I can add on this. We are seriously missing manpower. There are not many people working in this field, especially in terms of production. The production team is quite limited, I would say. And also in terms of outreach activities to reach out to society, to the user communities. That's also very important. We don't have enough manpower. That is what we can say. That is the point that I would like to just ask from everyone, just to give a hand to save an endangered language. Thank you.
If I may say a word, I mean, one of the strengths of this project is that it is cooperative. Not one person, two persons sitting one place and working. It is founded in science. There's scholarship. It's people who are specialized in linguistics or specialized in Semitic languages who are working with it. It is also not just the academics sitting down and telling everybody what to do. The academics are saying, like Soner just said now, please come and help. This is your project as well. So there is an academic dimension, there is a cooperative dimension, but there is also a community dimension. It's not like the project is going to tell people, look what you should be doing. This is your project as a community. We want to, in any way we can, open it up so that you can contribute with producing text, learning and disseminating the text, but also in making these texts your own. And that's what I think is the strong point. Shabo, should we have some questions maybe?
Yes. I just wanted to open it. Before doing this, I wanted to read what Otto Jastro, who is known as the father of Syriac or Aramaic academic work. So he wrote about this course and the project, if I may quote. The Syriac language course is based on scholarly research and makes use of the most recent didactic methods. It is an ideal tool for younger speakers who wish to improve their competence in their native language. Likewise, it will facilitate access to this fascinating language for interested scholars. So now we have the dichotomy of the so-called speaker part and the academicians. Both is offered an opportunity for further work. So this is what I wanted to say to complete. And to, yes, open.
Yes. Do you have any questions? How much does the book cost? Where can I get it? Syrisch.com, right?
Yes. Well, Soner can say some information about the book. Seina is here. Maybe you say some words about the book, how to order, and so on, and then that we have some copies here if somebody wants to write it.
Yes. Okay. So it's Barabrius Perlak. So either I can just help saying that we have some copies. If someone wants to purchase it, so we can just send it here, and the money will go to Barabrius Perlak. or you can order it online, morafriend.com. If you enter it there, so there is a bookstore, online bookstore. You order it, but it will be a bit more expensive. There will be a shipping cost at least. morafriend.com, yeah.
But by going also to surek.com, you can follow the whole
Yes.
Course online.
Yes, you can follow the course online, but you can also download the books already in German and English. So our aim is not to make money of this project. Of course, we want that the monastery gets back the money we invested. So this is of course, but nevertheless, the aim is not to get as much as possible on money. So you can order already here all versions of the book on Morafrim bookshop. So this is the Shlomo Suret. Maybe this is Swedish, Dutch, German, and English. So you can already order all these books. But yes. And you can always, if you have any questions, just send an email to aramaic-online.com. aramaic-online at gmail.com. You will find all the contact details on the website surite.com. Yeah.
What's the plan for the Arabic and French version? You said that there is a plan for upcoming.
Yes, well, the French one and the Arab, both of them are just ready. You can't see them as PDF, and because we had a lot of technical problems with the Arabic version. So although our technician said that he solved all the problems, as you can see here, but they are not solved yet. And we have, well, it looks much better than on my mobile phone, but nevertheless it is not let's say, let's open Madrashto file if it is okay. At least we face problems in writing Arabic. You see, it makes this much bigger. So we are working on this almost on daily basis, but it's not solved yet, especially not solved yet for mobile devices, not all for all of them. But the book version or the PDF version is ready, and we just waited. I was in Lebanon in April last year, so talked to them. If you want, we can just give you the book to publish there. And there is another one in Iraq, whom I am talking. So we don't know, you know, the question is also a financial one, and how many books can you sell so that you cover all the costs? Not the cost of making it, but the cost of producing a book. It is just not cheap, and so this is a question I would like to give others. No, it's not my problem. I can give you the PDF, you can make the book and sell it for yourself. The same is true with the Turkish and the French. But I think very, very soon I asked them to send the finished PDFs to Sonar to put them on the website. So at least you can download the PDF version. So, and I hope that it will be before the end of this month, the Arabic one, and well, the Turkish one, maybe we have to adjust some layout questions. Otherwise, it's ready since 1.5 years. Yeah.
Any more questions? Sorry. Yeah.
Do you have a plan that this book can reach more people in our society? I think you start with the schools in Sweden to use it to teach the children by it. But I think there is no much people that know about it. How can this book reach more people?
Well, this is a very important question. We try to do our best. Of course, we had several meetings, or not several, at least one discussion and workshop here, a training workshop for the teachers in Södertälje. And we presented the project and the results at several conferences, even in Sweden, in Uppsala, 2 or 3 months ago. The question is, of course, the educational system in Sweden. In Germany, if you have a class, let's say, whatever it is, there is a common curriculum for everybody, so you have to follow. And what I heard from teachers here teaching the mother tongue, they say, no, I use my own material. I said, but you are not the expert of this language to use your own material. You can't have your own material. How can you say, I use my own material teaching a language? You are not the expert of the language, but Sweden allows teachers to teach the language with the material they want. And this is the problem here. It is not centralized. I don't believe so. It is in Sweden. If it is the same in Swedish, it would be a chaotic situation. But at least they told me that it is this in the case of Aramaic or in case of Syriac. So if it is remaining the way that each teacher who never been a teacher of the language before, who didn't study it, they just come to, who know a little bit of the language, and they became teachers of the language. Mostly they are teachers of Arabic or teachers of, I don't know, something else, and they get the permission to teach this language. So I ask myself sometimes, would you accept me to be a teacher of mathematics? Why should I be teacher of mathematics? I'm a linguist. Why should a teacher of Arabic be teacher of Surat as well? You can't teach it. You never learned it as a teacher. You know only to speak the language, but not how to. And I think by majority are not pedagogues. They never studied pedagogy, and they can decide to use the material they want. And this is the system, not the people I'm blaming. It is the system. If you open a class in school, then you have to decide what to be taught in this class. And if you have one hour a week, as I know it is now in Sweden, 1 hour a week to teach Aramaic or whatever, then you have to think about a lot to transfer as much as possible an information to the children in the same way in all schools. But since everybody is teaching what he wants and what he thinks it is good, it may be good, but he thinks at least it is, but we don't know. So you can't reach these pupils, you can't reach the students, and the language remains very weak, and they would never learn. So we have mother tongue education in Sweden since 40 years, and we have to ask how many people, how many of the youngsters, students, and those who in academia learned this language via the school in Södertälje or in Stockholm or elsewhere. So nobody. So it means that we have to reorganize the issue, and I would call for the responsibles, and we told them 2 or 3 years ago in Södertälje that they should at least write a curriculum to tell the teachers what to teach. This is just a common issue in all other countries as far as I know, at least in Germany. And so in Sweden it should be the same. So this is our problem in reaching the people who are responsible for the language. Yeah.
We have a book release tomorrow in ABF Södertälje at 4:30, right, Sunet?
Yes.
4:30. So there are many projects, many planned occasions on which we want to not just sit down amongst each other and talk, but also present the material and discuss.
I'd like to add something as well. In fact, this project, Aramaic-online project, through the publication of these books, as well as online course, gives an opportunity and resource for the people to develop also their textbooks. For example, in certain European countries now you have the right to teach the language in the government schools, like in Germany, in Northern Westphalia. In addition to the religious education of the Syrisch-Orthodoxe, you have also the right to teach the language, and this is supported by the government. And if you want to develop textbooks, curriculums, then these books are already the foundation. So I think this project will serve many other projects in the schools and support people wherever they are, whether from the community, academic community, and elsewhere.
Just one thing to add, maybe there will be a virtual classroom in the upcoming months for a bit advanced users. It will be completely online. We will provide every week 2 hours, Mondays or Tuesdays. It will be advertised. We will use just either Arab Connect or Zoom, and just talk. I think 12 or 13 weeks we will continue.
Yes,
During
the full summer term, my summer term in Germany, so we will cover the full summer.
Those who are interested can, when we just out, the advertisement is out, they can just send an email.
One question regarding these courses, will they be recorded so for future viewing if you miss one?
Well, usually they are automatically recorded. We did it already once, and we recorded all sessions. But nevertheless, it's a question, you know, if you have a mixed class, whether you want to show the videos to everybody all the time. So those who are involved, they can get the videos, of course, but they are not free on internet to be downloaded.
Especially with the rules and regulations on privacy.
Yes, this is a very strict issue.
But we will have webinars, so we are producing webinars.
We are producing a webinar for everybody, so especially on the orthography, which is very, very important.
And also I'd like to add that in fact now there is audiobooks available also in Suraid, hagiography, novels, and so on and so forth. Yeah, the Prophet Khalil Gibran from Lebanon is now available in Suraid. So in fact the project has helped many people, inspired many people to come up with their own way of doing something for Surah, whether composing poetry, translating a liturgical or biblical text, writing a novel, and so on and so forth. We see that there is an increase, in fact, in the use of the Suraid among the members of the community and beyond. And there are also now students and academics who are also very much interested in this language, doing research on different aspects. I remember a year ago I received an email from Princeton University asking me to translate a pamphlet from English into Suraid. They wanted to do research among the native speakers in order to find the linguistic characteristics of the Suraid language, saying that it was very unique in its syntax, in its linguistic analysis, different from any other language. Therefore, it is of interest to the linguists and the scholars to do research in this field. So the more native speakers, the more users of the Suraid, the more projects will come out and it will spread and develop.
I'm going to ask on behalf of the audience and then maybe give one small answer. A1 and A2, who is this book for, right? And so I already speak Suraid, why should I want to look at that book? Or is this book for children who are 7, 8 years old or for 30, 40 years old? And one answer, I'll give the answers to you, but I have one answer, is that what I usually give, the answer I give my students when they ask me, what should I read in a book, what do I learn? And I say, you learn what you need to learn from the book. If you already know something, you don't need to learn it again, but there is surely something in the book that you don't know, and therefore you can use it to learn it. So if you don't know Suraid at all, this is a book that is able to teach you Suraid. A1, A2, this means you know nothing and then you go back and follow. But if you do know Suraid and no one needs to teach you Suraid, you could say, you know what, I wanted to write a letter yesterday to my friend in Suraid and I didn't know how to spell. Should I do this and should I do that? Then you say, this is the part from this book that I need to learn. The other ones I know, but this is what I don't know. So you can use these books in different, hard to make a book for 7-year-olds and 40 years old at the same time.
No, you are totally correct. No need to add anything, but it is not a book for 7 and 10 and 12 years old children. Otherwise, it should be pedagogically different done with bigger writings and smaller, easier text. But this is not our job. We want to create material for the open, for the public, for everybody who is interested in the language. And our first aim are, of course, the first target group is the third generation formerly speakers of this language. But it is just the community, the European or the world community who is interested in languages and in this language. That's it. Yeah.
Me being a mother of 2 children that I force to go to Syriac once a week at school, they don't like it. They find it difficult. They find it hard, irrelevant, because they still study Qlidon, Safratoba, and the stuff that I studied when I was young. So the texts seem irrelevant to them and they don't like them. have you thought about this? Because I think that maybe a textbook for children in Surait could inspire them to learn the alphabet, and maybe then, when they become bigger, maybe move to Syriac, and like making Surait also a step into Syriac.
Yes, this is a job for pedagogues here in Sweden, for your children here and for the schools here. We can't, from a Freie Universität or other colleagues from outside as academicians, just start doing something for the children here. I think you should have a team, a group of people who can do such a work very easily based on the information you get from us. So you have a lot of information which can be taken as the basis for a new curriculum for the children when they are 7, 10, 12, 14. This is our aim. This is not for the school to use and teach it as it is. So you can use it only a basis. If you are a teacher, you can take material from here for the children. Yeah.
I'd like to add, in fact, it depends also on the family and the students. I know kids in the Netherlands who are born and raised in the Netherlands. Now, in fact, they can read, they can write, and they can translate from classical into the Surait. And in church, they are able, for example, to take a classical Syriac epistle of St. Paul and simultaneously translate it into Surait. They can sing the Beth Gazo, the Syriac chants, and so on. At home, they speak Syriac and Dutch, and they go regularly every Saturday to a church school, and they are doing very well. But there are also examples that you have mentioned as well available. So it depends probably on the purpose and the interest of the child and the family, to what extent they are strict. I know that, for example, the father of this particular child told me at the beginning the child was reluctant, so kind of they compelled him, if you like, and now he's very happy, and every Sunday he's in the church, and he goes even before the priest to the church, and he's very active. Yeah.
Yes. And the problem is also the subjects discussed in these books like Lido and Syrisch-Orthodoxe, they are produced for people of the 60s in Syria. They have nothing to do with the culture in Sweden or with the education in Sweden. How? Yeah, okay, we know our problem. Yes, other questions?
Yeah, I think it's time now that they take a look at the books.
Urdo Mansaflan alu turgomo ya alu frosodukto حاثنا حتمة aramaic online وعدو كتاع مينا يم على يثوت سيدنا حسيو أوجين أيدين كتيوم ممرعيثو وريشو دي مرعيثو دو هولندا سيدنا لم فرجوني ذن أحاثة بلكي عدو حاثو لوقن بيتر ميثاثة كي بخدوبت لن موضوعون ثوكريثو على aramaic online منيو
aramaic online project termithو يو دو حيوذو دوريفي Erasmus Plus خد كتشو إذيعو وليشونو صوريت حمل ليشونيت كتشو قمقشوعو قدو يقبو ترعودو موتو موخم قادم بوعوثو الإراسموس بلاس لوحيو ذا دوريفي دو وليشونانو منطر وميشوشط دا أما لولي دو ليشونانو تقدري ملفي أنا عيمثي وأنو شحرني بابوتاي صوبي أو تكتل هي قوثو ديلفي ولا شنانو سيمي بوحونو أعلى قدر يلفيله ومنطر وميشوشط وفويش لدوري دكدوثي
هركي حزلا نوعدو أربعو كثوة سيدنا احنا ما طيولا تريك ثوة منخو على دربو دوم يقرأو ملفونو بروفيسور شابو طلاي أتريك ثوة أحاث أين ليشون ندمان حدخو عدو سيدنا
بقامة فريس بوليشونو إنجليزي وبو ألماني وعدو كتلن بو هولندي وبو سويدي بنربعو ليشوناني وعدو نافق فريز وكثو أديما مقادم لن شلومو صوريد بو ليشونو السويدي هركبو بتصوبو ستوكهولم
وهش كيتو ليشوني آثوي غيرماني دبنالوخ سيدنا؟
إيه كيتو وليشونو تركي وليشونو عربي وليشونو فرنشويو
سيدنا أورولي ذو خط منيو بيتر ميثاثة كحوزينا كل كويح فيتوثو مي أراميك أونلاين هات بين ثيات أورولي ذو خط منيو سيدنا؟
إيدا ريدا مورا فريم بهولندا حمشو توسيو كتشو عبيرو بيتر ميثاثة أراميك أونلاين بروجكت عمو بيت صوبوت كامبريدج بإنجلترا Freie Universität Berlin Almania, Leipzig University بألمانيا، Bergen University بنرويج، ويدا أيضا خد ملي هاني بودرغو قامويو وعدو كيتو إترميثو دتردت كتشيو الصوريد aramaic online project وعدو كيتو إيدا أيضا نقل حريتو دمورا فريم بهولندا كيتو فراي يونيفرسيتي برلين دالمانيا كيتو ستوكهولم يونيفرسيتي أركيا بالسويد كيتو بيث مردوثو ذا سيرياك انستيتيوت بنيو جيرسي بأمريكا وكيتو كامبريدج يونيفرسيتي كو عودينا محذوذة جبون مفقينا يترميثو دترتي
قرش لي وزهوري في سيدنا مرلوخ إيدا أيضا مورا فرم بس إيدا يرويو خلطو بوشي ولانو بترميثاثة يعيتو خد قاونيتو خد فاطر يرخوثو يعني مي قمطرونوثو يعيتو خلطو يو بترميثاثة يا كتلة حزيتو علي ترميثاثة بشكل مدى
من كل فرس جلوزماي شوتوسو إيديرو خد شوتوسو عبرتو بسبوثاثة وإحنا سيمرعيثو سوريويتو تريسا الشبحو دو هولندا فالقونامي ايتو سوريويتو تريسا الشبحو وأميدانو كمقدمين عليه لو يثرونو قاونويو دنا بنو دبنو ثدي ايتو سوريويتو ودمالو لي دولشونو سوريت بعلمو كولي وكو حزينة خد ملي بوترغو ميديستي ايتو اديو ما ايتو سوريت تريسا الشبحو بمو شوعي موتك سيدا وايتو نويو ولشونو سوريتيو
هركم بحث أماله على البارتنر يعني حورونه حاثة لترمي فاثد عبر أين سيدنا؟
أحاثة عدو كيتو هنو Free University of Berlin كيتو بيث مردوثو The Syriac Institute نيو جيرسي أمريكا كيتو ستوكهولم يونيفرسيتي بالسويد كامبريدج يونيفرسيتي بإنجلند وإيدا أيضا مورا فريم بهولندا
بحث هركي دمنا هركي ما ستوكهولم استوعدو قعبر يعمي خو حتى بحث لما ما اسطنبول استي تامو ليكو معطي يعني هاو يو ثاع ميست
ايه تريسو شبونت عينو سورياني كولتور درني يبطر عبدين استي عبيرو يبي ترميثاثي دا يحثو وهنكستي هادوميني بترميثاثي خد شوتوسو وهنكستي اكتيفني كو سيمي امدد كونوفل عليه مقابو دو دورو دولشونو سوريت
سيدنا دعرنا علو استعمال دي ترميثو يعني أكثوات كو خلقيتو وهدف الماني موتن أكثواني قدري مي تستعملي خد كثوة لجندو تيليفو دولي شنو دمنا بمدرشيو ثدو عام إذن يا بمدرشيو ثدنا عيمة دو عام إذن كو قوري يعني هانو آلة بيذد من ميتهود قدر مستعملة أكثواني
هاي من عودو خد ملان بش ولا بفونوية وزبنا دو ترجمو يعني هانو إشمل درغو عيلويو بس حد حوير على الشيء تستو حاكو خولق حد يولف وجراماتيقي وصرعوفه وتخولق ملوء ماتريال حد سويم كثويزتر كيتو غالبا نوشي دياليفي ولشونو الصوريت علو أونلاين وهن ماني بوكثو لو بس سوريوية نخرويستي وحتى كذانو هن ماني دياليفي وكو مشغول عدو غالب الشافيرو وحاكو مفصح أبي وخد ملي بوما مليديستي وعدو هن منثرا وثدوريفي كتي أزدقو هو يزدقو ميتولف أوليشنو السوريو بمدرشو ثدي حكومي موخك حق لازم سوي ماتريال كثوي لو تليفو دناعيمي وأكثواني قدري هو نخدم له حد يولف مني ما حتى بعمومه بقالب دناعيمة قدري الفني وقعدوا دشرو نافقيتو هن ملفوني وملفونيوثو دبدلي دمفقي كثوبستي لو درغو دناعيمة ومتيقنو ودعتيذ حزينة أكثواني
يعني نقايو كيبان دمينا أكثواني دهاتو كوسيميتو زتر كمعوني أم الفوني يستيو حد كوب عيولف يعني كوم الفتنة ميتود حاثو ياستي ميتود قدري يلفي ولي شونو خايفو
من كل فرسوحة كوذا أولى شونو لا تلسني قوثة بس إنا قادو بعد يولف أولى شونو بدربو يلفونويو جراماتيقويث مثلا ذا إيملثو وشمو ويسورو وروكوبو أي دربو كوميساميا فضغو ما يدربو حق محكي تشعيثو وميدانو ميقابو طويو ألي دمشوشتي إذا حثث دولة شونو بدرغو يلفونويو وكيتو نوشي بوتاي الصوبة يولوفت كبع يلفي قدر يلفي مكثواني أو ملفوني قدر يلفي مكثواني أو دبعت سيمي بوحونو على ليشونو قدر ميديك ثواني سيمي بوحونو على ليشون مجابو دو جراماتيقي مجابو دو سرعوفو مجابو دو ركوبو مجابو دو شوشوتو دم دوناني قدر السيمي كومانو الدرغو تحتويو اسمه حاثويو بس يمكن نقوثي خد إيقارثو قدر يلفي دمينا بابوي مع منعي مثي قدر ميديك ثواني أو ميد الزن الأونلاين كورس تامو الشمعي قدر الشمعي لستي عم حذوذي يلفي ولا شونانو معوني حذوذي
سيدنا عبيرة شما يبانو قد ثينو خشيلو هانو يعني أفي ردي ترمي ثاثي وأكثواني مهات مباحث له بدل نوشي مستعملين يالي في يعني كوحوزيتو أفي رستدي ترمي ثوعدو هدي
إيه كوحوزينا وميدانو وكوحوزينا الهيقوث سدو الشرورو مبيتوي وباروي لو ميدانو وغالبا نقله ثوشو شوتو كويد لو مذعو أو حالكو ما حس إيبي خد شكل ميدي التشعيوثو نقوث حاد عميخو هنكو سيمي وعودثي ويترمي ثاثي حاكو سوند وحرينو دي من أعود مفقلا أكثواني عودو بالمانيا كولو زميد أوثن بملوء كثوي دي مدرشتو إينا قد كيتو متريالانو قدري ميديلي يلفي ميني ومحتي بامومو درغو ديلوفي سيمي كثوي دملفي ولا شونو الصوريد بمدرشوثو دي حكومية بالمانيا أو هركي بالسويد أو بدوك ثحريتو يعني وميدانو يعني بمذعود لو مذعو زترمي حاد كوم افتاكر أو تكوذا كتي ويثرونثي وكتي إما عبدون وثثي وتاثير دثي
اوكي تودي سيدنا اونو اميدت كتو على البولي هانو بس كيت مدحرنو دمذعينا لم فرجوني علي ترمي ثو ميدد اونو لكو ذعني كبعت مذعت لي ميدينا هانس سيدنا
وميدد كيتو ولا شونو الصويو حذو مدي لو يوثو ديهي يوثويو ولاتشو بس ولا شونو خد ملوءو او مونو دومو طويو انسترومنت دو مملو دو مهوش قولو ولا شونو زترما وخايو ولا شونو كوطو عن هيمونو ثيذا مردو ثيذا وإيورتو ثيذا وكما صرلان بحذوذي موخا غالبي الصويو حد يولف ولا شونانو دمشغل ايبي ودي لونو يتلبى بوني ولا نيموثو دمشغولي بو بيتو عمل ناعمة ثبونو قصو ودملفي الناعمة ودو بن ميدم ولا شونانو قدري أن عيمثمي تصري عملنا حنوني أن حوثاث بنثرة وثحريني وبمذين وثحريني كتني راحو قيمني بوشكلانو قدري خلقي عامو محيدو عامو حفيتو عامو تكتشو مصر بودع بارديذي وكم حالق دوسي ليعتيدو ثو باهرتو ديلانو إذ هركي بيرعو ديقولو ثدهويو وبيت إذن دتري
تودي غلبة سيدنا
تودي الخو كشوري طبعا.
Vi har med oss professor Eli Verdini och boklanseringen av aramaic-onlines nya böcker är precis klar. Professor Eli Verdini, vad är eran roll här i aramaic-online-projektet?
Som partner med det Freie Universitetet i Tyskland och andra institutioner. Det vi kan bidra här i Sverige är närhet till projektets närhet till Suraj-talande här i Sverige. Vi kan involvera dem i projektet, vi kan vara närmare till att ge information och vara behjälpliga med att kunna bygga ut läromedel, lära ut på Suraj, att folk ska kunna både skriva på Suraj och så undervisa och lära barn och andra som vill lära Suraj. Så vi har varit från Sverige, i tillägg till att vi har gjort gamla kollegor med våra kollegor, men att här, det att vi är med i projektet bringar projektet närmare Suraj-talande här i Sverige.
Nu har aramaic-online-projektet kommit ut med 4 olika språk. Hur ser projektet ut? Vad är din åsikt om hela projektet?
Det är 3 saker som jag menar är viktiga och goda i detta projektet. Det första är att det är ledet, og at de som jobber med dette akademikere. Det folk som er lingvister, som har spesialisert seg i språkene som sureit og andre semittiske språk som vi jobber med. Så det folk som har kunnskap, god, solid kunnskap om språket, som også lærere, så at man tenker, hvordan skal vi kunne presentere dette materialet som undervisning? Det andre som bra at materialet som bygges her produsert av sureit-talende. Det ikke at vi tar tekster og oversetter, så det modersmålstalere som produserer tekster til dette her, så at man bygger opp en mengde litteratur, en mengde materiale med dette språket på. Og så det tredje som bra at det gir en resultat i form av kurser på nettet, bøker, som kan benyttes av ulike personer ulikt. Så at hvis noen ikke kan sureit, vil lære det, eller vil lære sine barn dette her språk, så har man materiale for det. Om man selv kan sureit, men her ikke sikker på hvordan skal man stave det ene, skal jeg skrive på det settet eller det settet. Dette prosjektet gir en veiledning på hvordan man kan benytte seg og skrive sureit. Og de tre sakene hjelper, fordi hver av oss jobber selv, så må vi på et sett starte fra nytt. Men med et prosjekt som dette her, så har vi et samarbeid, og vi har visse medel som vi kan bruke til å ta prosjektet videre, til å ta egne prosjekter videre.
Vad anser du skillnaden mellan det här projektet och läromedel som skapas här och andra?
Læromedel som skapes i dette prosjektet i samarbeid med, som jeg sa, folk som har vært lærere på universitet lenge, som lingvister, som kan dette. Derimot læromedel som skapes av andre, visse jättebra, og andre folk med velvilje, som har mod og vil gjerne hjelpe, men kanskje som ikke har den spesialkunnskap i pedagogikk, den spesialkunnskap i lingvistikk, og den spesialkunnskap i å lage materiale for ulike aldre. Så det prosjektet her på et sett gjør en del av jobben, så at den lingvistiske biten, hvis ikke du kan benytte deg av det vi har her, og bygge på det du derimot ut på feltet kan gjøre med det pedagogiska eller annat.
Jag vet inte om jag har analyserat rätt, men jag uppfattar det som om aramaic-online-projektet har skapat ett verktyg och metod för att lära språket. Är det rätt analyserat? Har jag tolkat rätt, eller vad säger du?
Ja, ett verktyg för att lära språket. Og du kan tenke deg, du kan bruke det verktøyet fra to vinkler. Jeg kan ikke språket, så jeg vil lære det. Men jeg vil gjerne lære andre språket, men jeg vet ikke hvor. Så har jeg dette verktøyet til å si, jeg kan hjelpe deg. Right? Så det læremedel til å lære, men læremedel som et medel til å lære bort til andre. Okay, så det ikke sånn, men jeg kan sureit, jeg behøver ikke denne boken. Nei, kanskje i denne boken det en viss del som kan hjelpe deg i å lære sureit til andre.
Så den ger ett verktyg, alltså kanske ny teknik eller enklare lärningsmetod alltså?
En viss av den, det ikke ny teknikk, for det at vi har en kurs på nettet, det gammelt nå, det ikke ny teknikk. Men det en viss standardisering, så at når man staver på svensk for eksempel, så heter det takk, det heter T-A-C-K. Når vi ser det, så vet vi hva det Men om man ikke har en viss standardisering, så blir det svårt å kunne lære bort. Hvor skal jeg stave dette her? Jeg vil skrive dette brevet. Jeg har en veldig fin dikt som jeg gjerne vil skrive. Så kan man si, Vi har en viss standard som vi kan bruke, og så ved å skrive med dette her, så kan andre også forstå hur jeg skal skrive. Så det er et verktyg, helt korrekt, et verktyg til å kunne ta in material, men också till att kunna producera material.
Okej, tack så mycket. Finns det något annat som jag har missat som bör uppmärksammas? En viktig detalj som du kan peka ut?
Det viktigaste är att detta är ett samarbetsprojekt. Där icke en person som sitter och jobbar på egen hand. Och det att samarbeta är det viktigaste. För vi må bara sätta alla våra krafter samman istället för att jobba var för oss.
Tack så mycket.
Hej och välkommen till oss på GoToBed. Vi säljer sängar och sovrumstillbehör av högsta kvalitet från välkända varumärken. Vi hjälper dig, oavsett vilka krav och behov du har, att hitta just den säng för just dig. Vårt uppdrag är att du som kund ska vara 100% nöjd med din säng och din sömn. Och du, det bästa av allt är att du som tittar på detta just nu får 1500 kronor i startkapital när du ska hitta din drömsäng här hos oss. Besök vår hemsida www.gotobed.se eller besök någon av våra butiker i Kungens Kurva eller Sickla köpkvarter. Och du, vi kan sängar.
Terrasour, marvelous ideas. Exclusive marble at lowest prices in Europe. Flooring, kitchen counters and bathrooms. Strong capabilities in cut-to-size marble floors starting at €39 per square meter. Deliveries throughout Europe. Get your quotation within 24 hours on the Terrasour Marble website or on the phone number on the screen.
Advokatfirman Staifo, ett familjeföretag som startades i Göteborg. En allmän praktiserande byrå som erbjuder sina klienter juridiskt biträde inom såväl humanjuridik som affärsjuridik. Specialister inom rättsområden som berör de mindre kommunerna. För kompetent rådgivning och personlig service, kontakta advokatfirman Staifo i Göteborg.